about suddenly deleting the window of our live streaming session. There was also a technical issue. I was almost going to live sideways. So, it seems like it's been solved or not. Let me check out. 안녕하세요. Okay, we're on live, right? And then let me check out your comments here. Okay, 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요, 탈리아 씨. Thank you for joining today's live Korean class. 첫 번째 왔어요. You've came here for the first time. And then Sora Ellie said hi. 안녕하세요. So how have you been? 안녕하세요, Navas 5C. How are you? How's it going? Have it all been? Today is March 29th, right? Hello, Emily Carter. Yeah, it's really good to see you guys again. And I am new here. I can see Emna is also joining. And Talia said, 한국에, hold on. 한국에 큰 산불이 났다고 들었어요. That's right. There was a huge wildfire in Korea. 너무 걱정돼요. I am worried. And then 피해를 입은 사람들을 위해 열심히 기도할게요. Thank you so much for praying for all the victims here in Korea. So you're right. This past week was also very concerning and devastating week for most of Koreans. The news that it was the largest wildfire, although it has been right now almost like extinguished, but there are many victims. People lost their lives. A lot of animals were affected, and also it's really sad to hear that natural heritage side also damaged. So yeah, it was a large wildfire. So yeah, it's really sad, concerning week for us. The fire spread mainly in the Gyeongsang-do province, with cities like Andong and Cheongsong and so on. And for me, it felt even more personal because like I spent really amazing time there in last winter in Andong, and so that's why it didn't feel like someone else's problem, especially for me. Yeah, it really hit close to home. But on the other hand, when the weather has warmed here in Korea, so I saw a lot of people heading to the baseball stadium today, like the 프로야구, the Korean pro baseball season has started again. So yeah, I could see people were out buying all the like 닭꼬치 skewered chicken and mandu dumplings on their way to go to the baseball stadium. So yeah. So how are you? And as anyway, as you voted on the poll today, as for the live Korean class, we'll be learning about the Korean pronunciation mistake. Before we move on to the topic, like I've covered the common pronunciation rules. Oops. I prepared 3 ones. Yeah, we'll be covering about these 3 ones. But if you have any sentences that you would like me to pronounce, I will answer them throughout the live, okay? All right. And before we move on to today's topic, I have a really quick announcement. Next live session that will held in April 5th, 4월 5일, I will give you the free Korean feedback on your writing or pronunciation. Again, it's going to be done free. So I posted something on the YouTube community tab where there is a sign up form, and then you can submit either your writing assignments or just something casual sentences that you would like to post on your social media. You can just submit it to me, whatever you want, and then I'll give you the feedback as for the next live Korean session. And then also you can submit your voice like recording in MP3 format so that I can give you the one-on-one personalized feedback. Although if we don't get enough participants, it will happen. Might not happen, but if you join, you will also get a really good feedback from me. So please join, go check out that post. And if you're curious about how natural your writing is or how natural your voice is, just get the feedback from a native Korean teacher with me. So it's going to be a really great chance to get free feedback from me. So please check it out. Let me check out the comments. Okay, so 네, Talia said I came first. 처음으로 왔어요. It's my first time here. That's right. You've come to here for the first time. That's 처음으로. And then Sora said you look so pretty. Thank you. 감사합니다. 그리고 oh, that's right. The result on the poll. We're very close. Right. I think that the second one was like the intermediate lesson where we covered all the hot latest news and then learn some expressions or words from the news. 아무튼 초록색 잘 어울리시네요. Anyway, the green color looked really good on you. Thank you so much. 기대돼요. Okay. So why don't we get into it? Let's get pumped for this lesson. I need this tension. Alright, so can you distinguish all the consonants that I've written here? If you nailed on these points, your pronunciation will be better. And once again, if you have any sentences, words, or even tongue twisters, my word, if you have anything that you want me to pronounce here aloud to the public, so to speak, please type it in the comments, okay? So can you distinguish these? For example, ka, ka sound. And then also the same goes for ta, ta. And then lastly, pa, pa. I know you are kind of confused, and then I am going to give you some tips to distinguish between these just normal consonant, aspirated consonant, and the tense consonant, okay? Let me give you just the actual examples so that you can distinguish it, okay? Why don't we start with the tiga thing? And then it seems like, okay. Oh, no. Wait. Okay, I'll keep it this way. As for the leer consonant, alright? Again, it's the reason why I'm doing like this is like I cannot really solve the mirror issue thing because I am looking to the selfie camera. But anyway, can you clearly hear the difference between the 달, meaning the moon, 달, whereas 달, it's a traditional mask, okay, 달, and then 딸, daughter, moon, mask, daughter, 달, 딸. If you can distinguish these three words, just type number 1, whereas if you think you don't, then just type 2 in the comments. Is it 1 or 2? Yes or no? 달, 딸. 달이 있어요. 탈이 있어요. 딸이 있어요. New Jeans fan said, yes, I can distinguish. Now V5 said, yes. Number 1, Tanya said, ning. 진짜요? Wow, you guys are so good at distinguishing those sounds. Then what is your tip? Distinguishing those sounds. Like, is there any your own way to differentiate those sounds? I mean, except for distinguishing them in the context, in more like articulation way. As for this tense consonant, it requires a lot of force to pronounce, right? It's like, you know, you're building up all the energy um to create the power in Dragon Ball. Like your mouth naturally needs a moment to build up that power pressure before releasing the sound. So if you slightly focus on the articulation, rather just pronouncing in a really simple way, 달, we'll need a little initial pressure before pronouncing the style. So we'll be like, 달. If you clearly focus on my pronunciation, we'll kind of build up all the first power, initial power, and then kind of burst it into the one syllable sound, like 달, 달. So if you also focus on the pressure that you make before making this sound, it'll be more easy to pronounce these words. It's like the regular sound with no extra tension. It's a 달, right? 달이 있어요. 달이에요. 달입니다. It's the moon. Whereas, as for this aspirated consonant, how do you guys pronounce it? Navis said, I pay close attention to the aspiration. If it sounds tense or extra air, that's right. You're kind of releasing the puff of air, right? So you'll be not really a gentleman, so to speak, when you kind of keep pronouncing this aspirated sound. You'll be eventually making that puff of air, right? You'll be like ta 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 ta. Anyway, you're right. You release a burst of air, like you say 탈, right? 탈. And then the following vowel. No. We'll move on to that topic in just a few minutes. Why don't we focus on this 탈? And then whereas this tense consonant, you, like I mentioned, you pause slightly before pronouncing it, so it's going to be 딸. 달. Just pronounce at the same time when I pronounce this word, okay? 딸, 달이 있어요. 달이 있어요. 딸이 있어요. And then you might notice this, not only focusing on the consonants itself. For example, if each word is followed by this vowel, like for example, this is a subject marker E, right? 달이 있어요. You can say like that. There is the moon. And then please focus on the pitch itself, like the sound. The sound of the pitch that is followed after the what is it, tense consonant is higher than the one that is followed after just a normal regular consonant 다리. If you focus on the second syllable, like 다리 있어요, the pitch is a little lower, whereas because we'll need much of like energy power, it naturally goes up. I mean the pitch. 다리 있어요. 다리 있어요. 다리 있어요. So if you think it's kind of difficult to pronounce all the tense or aspirated consonant, also please focus on to pay attention to the next vowel's pitch. 다리 있어요. 다리 있어요. 다리 있어요. I'm not like intentionally lowering my voice as for this style. Okay, it's just naturally happen that 다리 있어요. 다리 네, 있어요. Whereas 다리 있어요. Slightly go higher in your pitch as well as for this next following consonant. 다리 있어요. Aspirated sounds are easier, but tense sounds are hard to distinguish. Right. Because we'll need that much of burst air as for this tense consonant. I mean, the air is releasing, but it's not that much. 다리. So just focus on these pressure, initial force right before pronouncing this 딸. Okay, 딸, and then also focus on this pitch of the next following E. 다리. You go higher. And then I'll give you another actual practical examples where you can distinguish the Korean consonants kiuk, and the double 기억. Okay. 이렇게, like this way. Okay, so I just written, what is it? 간, the liver of your like body part, liver. Probably there might be a good distinguishing examples, but I'll always elaborate on the way with these examples. Okay, you can see there is a 기억, just a regular consonant, 간, the liver. Okay, and then whereas it's a 칸, as per the consonant, 칸 is like a blank that you filled with in certain question, or whereas it also means like a small space in train or in subway. That's a 칸. And whereas if you like, if there is a peeled tangerine, like somebody if kind of peeled, it's what is 껍질, like peeled off, then it's 간 something. So this is the only the grammatical term, is like the modifying form, so you'll need the preceding words, but this is just for the distinguishing the sound. So once again, if you can clearly hear the difference between these words, just type yes, 네, or number one. Whereas if it's the opposite, you cannot really distinguish it, just type number two, or no, not at all. Okay, so 간. Okay, I can already see the name number one. All right. 간, 간, 간. Oh, 그래요? Then just type the exact word. What did you hear right now? Okay, from now on I'm going to pronounce one of the words, and then which of the word I just pronounced, please guess the answer. Let me pronounce. Okay, 칸. What is the answer? I'll give you the number 1, 2, 3. I just pronounced 칸. Type number 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm not revealing the answer yet. Oh my god, you guys are like such an intermediate learner, then maybe we can move on to the other topic. Yes, that's right. I pronounced the 칸. Alright, then why don't we try one more time? What is please guess the word I just pronounced. Okay. What is 5? There's even the option. There's no option as for the number 5. Okay, 간. What is the answer? 간. Is it like the liver of your... No, not 6. Come on. 간. Okay, now I can see that the answer is a little bit divided. Number 1, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Yay! I'm so proud of my Minjians. Oh, yes, I pronounced this double consonant 간. That's right. So please focus on the differences. Not only just for the consonant itself, also focus on the following what is it? Following vowels pitch. Okay, 간이 있어요. For example, what a weird example sentence. There is a liver, but anyway, 간이 있어요. 칸이 있어요, and then you go higher, the most. 깐이, like 깐이 있어요. Like the example sentence doesn't make any sense, but this is just for the practice, for the pronunciation. 깐이. Okay. Like naturally the pitches go higher as for this double consonant 간이. Okay. Oh, Kadori says, oh. So now you understand? Okay, and the T for distinguishing those sounds as for the pronunciation is like you can listening a lot. Listening a lot is really important, right? What is your way like studying? If you study Korean on your own, what is your way to improve your listening and pronunciation? I'm very curious. And the more you hear these sounds in real life situations, it is easier to distinguishing them, based on the context. Okay, so like for example, if somebody said, okay, so here's another example. 공 is like ball, whereas 콩 is like a bean. Okay, 콩. And then if somebody says 공 좀 던져봐요, for example, throw me the 공, then in the context, it is obvious that you can throw the ball, right? Throw this 공 ball away. Or for example, if you hear somebody said, for example, if somebody says 탈을 벗으세요, like take off your 탈, then in that context, it is very obvious that it's 탈, mask, right? So you can figure out, you'll naturally think of the traditional mask this time, 탈, rather than something else like 달, the moon, or 달, the daughter, right? So the more words you learn, you'll more get familiar with those pronunciation. Let me check out your comments here. I talk with my girlfriend. That helps me a lot. Oh, all right. Talking with your some significant lover, then that will also enhance your language, because it's very urgent to talk in natural, right? Naturally. 선생님에게 제 목소리를 보내요. I send my voice to teacher and 한가할 때마다 whenever I have free time 한국어 팟캐스트를 많이 들어요. I listen to a lot of Korean podcasts. Speaking of Korean podcasts, I might try 100% Korean only live streaming here as for our regular live sessions. So if you're up to it, please also let me know. Maybe we can just talk only in Korean and English is not allowed it. Okay, and can you explain how to pronounce the o, u, o? Oh, I've actually covered that topic in the last live session, but in more brief explanation, a, o, and u. I've covered all the difficult vowel systems as for these articulation about the vowels, and I also posted the average like live highlights video on my channel. So if you're interested, please check out. But as for this all, you are just slightly dropping your jaw. It's like that. Whereas it has the still same sound, but you need to kind of stretch your lips vertically. It's like the oh, you need to make your lips rounded. It's just a not make your lips kind of protrude forwardly. It's just a whereas it's a I'm kind of exaggerating the way, but if you think you need to stretch your lips vertically, like and then also make your lips rounded, then you can clearly hear the difference. Copy, the coffee, copy, or as copy, nosebleed. Okay, so that's also the first way to distinguishing those vowels. Whereas as for this ooh, again, you need to make your lips rounded and then also protruded as ooh, oh, ooh. Okay, just a ooh. So not only just pay attention to the pronunciation itself, you need to actually focus on the position of your tongue and then also the shape of your lips. If you're curious about it, please check it out on my YouTube videos section. Okay? Is it okay to move on to the next topic? I prepared the 3 topics today, and then which one you are more interested in? Like, you're welcome, my pleasure. Like the second one is like the common pronunciation mistake I've heard a lot from my Korean learners. Whereas this is also the important pronunciation rule. Number 2 or 3? Number 2 or 3? It looks like a really math question or equation, right? I kind of read them like kid plus these all complicated consonants. Yeah. Why don't we just start with this number 2? Okay. Before that, how do you pronounce this one? Like E. Okay. So this is the adverb meaning like this. Okay, and then can you pronounce this adverb? It's a hit ending consonant. Number 1, is it like 이러게, 이러게, 이러게? Number 2, 이렇게, 이렇게, 이렇게. Can you notice the answer? 이러게, 이렇게, 이러게, 이렇게. Please let me know. 이러게, 이렇게. This is related to this important. yes. This important pronunciation rule. I can see Talia and Gao said number 2 too, and then also Art Taylor number 1 2. Oh, this is really divided. Number 1, is it number 1? 이렇게? The answer is 이렇게. 이렇게. Let me write down the pronunciation, okay? 이렇게. We need to pronounce it in an aspirated way, whereas we kind of drop the sound and then also make it into the aspirated sound. 이렇게, 이렇게, 이렇게. I'm kind of exaggerating the way, but you will need that aspirated sound. 이렇게, 이렇게. This is like the most common pronunciation mistake I've ever noticed from my Korean learners. This is why when hyun does, it has originally the aspirated sound in it, as for this consonant, okay? We call it as hyun, but what is more important here is its pronunciation rather than its own name. But anyway, if it is followed by or after these consonants, you need to change it into its own aspirated sound. So it goes like, it's just a simple math equation. Hyun plus a q goes like ka, 이렇게, 이렇게. Okay? You can see there is a hyun and kia. Just combine these sounds into this one consonant. 이렇게, like this. Or like that is also 저. You need to change this part only. Like that is 저렇게. 이렇게, 저렇게, even 그렇게, and so on. So whenever you notice the q is followed by or followed after these consonants, change its aspirated consonant. I'll give you one more example. Okay. Now you know the pronunciation rule, right? We know that if it is q combined with the Korean certain consonants, you will need to change it into its aspirated sound. Again, the aspirated sound is important in Korean, right? So, maybe if something is urgent, we say this. Oh, there doesn't need to be space here. It's just a one word, okay? Let me write down without the blank, okay, without the 띄어쓰기 spacing thing. So it's a one conjugation form, meaning it's urgent, okay? It's urgent. That's the only translation I can think of. And how do you pronounce this one? Number one, 급해요. You can now clearly see number 1 is not the answer. I spent too much time of thinking of the wrong answer, okay? Number 1 is 급해요. Number 2 is 급해요. Is it? 급해요? 급해요. 급해요? 급해요. Is it really? It's really obvious, right? You need to say with this number on? Really? Yeah, number 2. I think it's 2. That's right. That's right. It's 급해요. 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 Now the answer is number 2. 급해요. 급해요. So every time you see this here combining with these consonants, please change it into its aspirated consonant. Let me write its aspirated consonant as well. Hold on. Like this. Since we don't have any aspirated sound as for this the shion, we need to change this ka, ta, pa, cha sound. Okay. Another example would be this one. Maybe we can pronounce with this tigut thing, okay? I am writing the another adverb once again, or the connecting connecting word, okay? 그렇다면. Okay, if it is so, that's the meaning of it. If it is so, and then another sentence will be coming up, and how do you pronounce it? Number 1, 그러다면. Number 2, 그렇다면. 그러다면, 그렇다면. 그러다면, something something, or 그렇다면. 그렇다면. If that is so, then 아마 maybe we can eat Korean food. 그렇다면 한국 식당에 갑시다. For example, 그러다면 something something. That's number 2. Number 2. Is there anyone who would like to pick the number 1? 그러다면, yes, you guys are really good learner. The answer is 그렇다면. 그렇다면. Like I mentioned, you need to change it into the t way. So, again, just dropping the h sound because it will only need it just for combining and then make it into one aspirated consonant in pronunciation. So it goes like 그렇다, 그렇다면. Okay, so it affects a lot as for this correct native-like pronunciation. Please focus on the heat and then combining other consonants in pronunciation. Okay, 그렇다면. There is no number 3. There is no even that kind of option. Number 3. No, 그렇다면. 그렇다면. All right. And if you have any difficult sentence that you want me to pronounce, then please send it. Whatever it is okay. Whether it's just lyrics, your probably assignments, 1 sentences from your homeworks. You might also cheat from the feedback I was just giving you today, or any sentences, or if we're tongue twisters will be okay. Just please type it, send it to me in the comments, and I'll pronounce it in native-like pronunciation. Okay? 안녕하세요, Shin Duan. Hello, ma'am. Okay, hello, ma'am. 안녕하세요. And then Talia said, laughing aloud. All right, is it okay to move on to the 3rd topic? I have another important pronunciation rule today. Let me erase the whiteboard. 그렇다면. I've noticed many mistakes regarding this point. even as for Korean, they will kind of slightly blend the k sound. But if you want to have the correct native-like pronunciation, you need to focus on that S for the sound. And Talia said, 갑시다. Here we go. All right. And if you have any doubts, that is related to today's topic, any questions, please leave the questions below once again. And then the last pronunciation rule is, this is also the pronunciation rule I've noticed a lot. Many learners miss this a lot. When this consonant is followed before this nian meme. What I mean is, if nian meme is followed after this consonant, you need to change the kiuk sound into ing, whereas the nian beep, as for beep, you need to change it into meme. Okay, so this is just a pronunciation rule. I'll give you the practical usages or the example. How about this one? I just written this word. Koreans don't need the spacing here. It's just one word, okay? Then how do you read this one? Is it 국물, number 1? Number 2, 국물. And then I'll give you the third option. Why not? Number 3 is like 국물. 국물, 국물, 국물. If you can read the Hangul, then please, challenge on your own. What is the number? What is your? No, there is no number 4. Come on. Okay. Toximo said it's kumul, the number 3, whereas Mikkel, Talia, and then Cheche said it's a kumur, number 2. And then I can see there is no answer for the number 1, kukmur, where it looks like as itself, kukmur. So if you're a beginner and then who is also possibly reading the words, and it's obvious kukmur, right? Kukmur. But if you pronounce it as itself, like kukmur, it's actually way harder to pronounce as itself. So as for the efficiency regarding the pronunciation, you need to change the ending consonant. I mean, this pronunciation is only applied when the ending consonant, kiok, tigut, or piub, the first one, I mean this one, is followed by the either ing or mim. You need to change it to sound. So it's a 국물. Actually, it's way easier to pronounce 국물, because the position of your vocal organ where the kiok and in is made is still the same. So you need to kind of switch the pronunciational position when it comes to the pronunciation. It's a 국물. By the way, 국물 means like the soup. Like Koreans will eat this 국물 with a hot cooked rice pop. We eat pop with 국물. Anyway, it's a 국물. I want to change my answer to number 4. Okay, you're kidding. 아이고 웃겼네요. 아이고, it was hilarious. Yes, you guys are really good learner. So you also nailed with this complicated pronunciation rule. It's a 국물. And then I'll give you another example. This might be a little intermediate, level. So this rule, as for this rule, it is not applied. I mean, it is applied not only into a single word, but also when pronouncing the words, 2 words consecutively. Anyway, how about this? What? 맞는 Oh no. I just revealed the answer. I just wrote the full sentence. This 돼요, something something 돼요. Ending is like when you talk about something that you experienced personally, okay? And then 맞다, it comes from the verb 맞다, to be correct, to be right. So I can see it is correct. I know it's correct. That kind of connotation is into it. It is implied in that sentence. But anyway, how do you pronounce this one? Number one, 맞으는데요. 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 Number two, 맞는데요. 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 Number three, 많은데요. 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 Please give me your answer attempt. Okay, Talia said 맞는데요. And then number two, 맞는데요. That's right. Does a 치읓 becomes ticket first? Yes, that's right. As for this 치읓, this ending sound, it's a representative ending sound as ticket. The sound. So you need to pronounce it mat in the first place. Mat. Just finish your pronunciation there, like kind of slightly biting your like the front tip of your tongue. It's like mat. And then this time we'll need this rule. There is this ending consonant tigu, which is followed after the nian. You need to change it into nian. Okay, when a minute, there is the tigu, which is followed by the nun sound. This time you need to convert it into the n sound. As for the efficiency, pronunciation efficiency, so it goes like 맞는데요, 맞는데요, 맞는데요. So you might miss this point, but it is not pronounced as itself. It's like 맞는데요. I know it's alright, correct. 맞는데요, 맞는데요. Okay. And then the same goes for, like, you can apply it many words. Once again, this double shield also has to be pronounced into ticket ending sound. It's like it in the first place. That means like there is something exists, right? For example, 고양이가 있어요. There is a cat. When you notice something is there, we say 있다. And from your experience, if you know if something exists, then we attach this ending, sentence ending. 있는데요. Now you can see I just convert this it sound into nian, in, because it is followed by the nun sound. 있는데요. Okay? 있는데요. Alright. And how about this one? I prepared another example. Okay. I don't really use this word in real life, but the dictionary says it means like, wait. It means like water for boiling rice. It's this one, okay? And how do you pronounce this one? Is it like 팝물? Number one is like 팝물. Number two is like 팝물. Number three, 팝물. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 팝물. 팝물. Nobody will say like that, right? 팝물. Right. Number 2, 팝물. Because once again, we have this ending consonant followed by the sound. For the efficiency in pronunciation, we'll need to convert it into sound. So, not pronouncing as itself, It's way harder, right? But you need to convert it, change it, switch it into the 밤물. So you'll need many nasal sound this time, like just like your nose. This area, nasal area is like vibrating almost like 밤물. Okay, so we've covered many important pronunciation rules today. I can clearly see that you guys are really good at differentiating all the normal, aspirated, and then tense consonants here in Korea. I mean, here in Korean language. And then as for this hit, combining the consonants rule, you need to change it into aspirated way. And then as for this rule, when g, d, b ending sound is followed by the n, m, you need to change it into n, m. Like 국물, 밤물 있는데요, and so on. All right, and let me check out your comments here. Why does the sound nian is often sound like tigut, and then meme sound like the p? It's also the common confusion that many learners might encounter. So that's because the position where the nian and tigut is the same. It is all made in the tip of your mouth, okay? But as for this nian, you'll need a little more nasal sound. Whereas tigut is just a tigut, okay? Just a plain normal sound. So I'll pronounce this word, okay? 네, 네, 네. Yes. Whereas 대, 대, 대. Okay? 네, 네, 네. So as for this nian, you'll need that initial n, the nasal sound, n sound, 네, 네. Whereas you just plainly pronounce 대, 대. I think you will slightly hit the frontal area, like behind your upper teeth, as for this te. Whereas ne is like I kind of slightly bite the tip of my tongue. Whenever I pronounce this word, I will go like ne. Whereas te is slightly hitting the upper teeth, behind the upper teeth. Ne, te. Okay? Ne, te. Nasal sound. Ne, but not exaggerated like almost English. Ne. What is this one? Not like exaggerating ne sound. The saying goes for when you say like no in English, that will be like n sound, right? But in Korean, it will not happen. But still, we have the nasal sound ne, te. So can you clearly hear the difference between the ne, te? Is it ne or is it number 1 or 2? I pronounce the word, okay? Ne. What is it? Number 1 or 2? Ne. 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 네. 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 맞습니다. 네, 맞아요. Number 1. 네. 네. Maybe you can go diverse in intonation as well. We can go like 네. You are really agreeing to the statement, so to speak, like 네, 네, 네. Or you can duplicate it if you want to enthusiastically expressing the yes. Then you can go like 네, 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 네. Even you can nodding your head, 네, 네. All right. And then I also saw the questions like the meme sounds similar to the p. The same logic is applied. As for the ma and then pa, the meme beep sound is made when you kind of sticking your two lips and then kind of burst it into making this sounds. I mean, as for this sound, we go like pa, pa. But as for this ma, the position where the sound is the same is made all from your lips, but you will need the nasal sound ma, 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 ma. Whereas it's just a pa, 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 ma, pa, ma, pa. Okay. So once again, is it number 1 or 2? I'll just let me pronounce it. Pa, 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 pa. Is it this one? This one. Pa. Yes, number 2. 2. Pa, pa. That's right. So that's it for me today. I prepared the 3 pronunciation rules. If you have any questions regarding the pronunciation, just let me know. Okay, could you explain the pronunciation rules of we, we? Okay, I've covered this one in the previous live Korean session, and it seems like it's a really challenging point as for the beginner Korean learners. I posted the YouTube live highlights of my video section where you can still learn the pronunciation rule regarding the 의, but let me do it once again. All right. So as for this 의, it has to be 의, as if you were quickly saying the and 의, but the emphasis is more here in this It's not like but okay, if you know what I mean, you slightly pay attention to this sound, okay? Anyway, it's and you must pronounce as itself like when it is in the first syllable of a word. I mean, if a word start with this for example, 의사, a doctor, then we don't say 이사, for example, or 에사. We sometimes pronounce this as 에, but this time, when it is in the first syllable of a word, it is always 의사. Or what is chair? Is 의자, 의자입니다. It's a chair, 의자, and so on. But as for this if it is used with the, it's not this one. Let me clearly write it down. So that's but when it is used with the possession, like you have it, you own it, if it has the meaning of the possession, then pronouncing it is allowed. So 민지의 차, for example, Minji's car. I have the car, I own the car. It's relevant to the apostrophe s, Minji's car. In that context, pronouncing is allowed, but pronouncing is not incorrect. It is still okay to pronounce it as So you can say 민지의 차 in the first place, but it is okay to pronounce it as 민지의 차. And then if you still think it's really complicated, or if you're still unsure unsure about the meaning, if the meaning has the possession or not, if it is relevant to possession or not, in that case, I mean, if it's the meaning about the possession, then we can omit the So in conclusion, you can also say 민지차, like Minji's car. You just omit dropping the But if you want to pronounce it in the context, it has to be 에. And then you also want to know that the pronunciation of we and we pronounce it as we, and then it's we. There is no pronunciation regarding this one. You need to just pronounce it as itself. We. we, we. U, o, a, u, o. I, e, we, we. U, o, a, u, o. I, e, we, we. So, as for this we, these vowels, they are made into the frontal area of your mouth. I've covered all the difficult vowel systems in the video, so please check it out. All right, and what is it called when there is two vowels in one letter, like we, as diphthong, right? Yes, you mean in the Korean grammatical term, right? As for the singular vowel, we say it's a 단모음. 단 indicate the singular, whereas if it's just a double vowel, is it like diphthong in grammatical English term? We call it as 이중모음. 이중모음. Like we, we, all the combined vowels. We call it as 이중모음. This is just a academic grammatical term in the Korean language. We say 단모음 for the singular vowel like a, o, u, o, a, and so on, whereas it's 이중모음. Yeah. Diphthongs. All right. So that's it for me today. What is 단모음 in English? I don't know. What is 단모음 in English, guys? What is it? Maybe I can cheat on the dictionary. Hold on. 단모음. Oh, it said that it's a monophthong. Single vowel, or how do I say it? Monophthong. Monophthong. That's a 단모음. Whereas 이중모음 is like diphthong. Diphthong, yes. 이중모음. Why I'm challenged on this English pronunciation. Alright, so thank you for joining today's live Korean class. And as I previously mentioned in the beginning of our live session, you can get the free one-on-one personalized feedback from me. As for the next live Korean session, we'll be doing the free one-on-one personalized feedback session. So I posted the sign-up form on the YouTube community tab, so please feel free to participate in, even though you can just submit your just sentences, assignments, or just voice clips of yours that you would like to get feedback from me. There is a very special discount on my video, I mean on my online courses, so even just participating will be also beneficial, so please go check it out. And if you have any questions, I am always open to get all the questions from the comments or DMs on Instagram, so yeah, please check it out. It was really fun chatting with you all, and I'll see you in the next live Korean class. Okay, then bye.